Hey, young girl, we are back with a new episode this week. I want to start by saying thank you to who all have been watching, listening, sharing, commenting on our platforms. We can be found on Spotify and Apple Music if you want to listen on the go. And if you want to watch, we are on YouTube, right here on Instagram, wherever you can search for Hey Young Girl. And again, thank you. So today I want to talk about, I want to just give my review again on a new movie I saw. So I just recently went and saw the movie, It's Just One of Them Days, I believe it is, with Keke Palmer and SZA. In the movie, the girls were, best friends that were living together and trying to just go through life together and trying to do make something of themselves basically. And they had a lot of obstacles that was put in their path, and together they ended up overcoming them. So it was a really cute movie and I really enjoyed it. So one of the things I took from the movie, you will have people that are willing to see you when you sometimes can't see your own self-worth. In the movie, both girls constantly encouraged each other. Keke was a waitress and she had aspirations of becoming a manager. Um, and her friend SZA, kept encouraging her, you know, um, even though she had different obstacles that was put in her path, she still found a way to, like, for instance, she had an interview where she ended up um, getting all her clothes dirty, and, she didn't have chance to go back home and change. So, she ended up getting a blazer from somewhere and, buttoned up the blazer in the front, fixed herself up a little bit, and she still went in with that interview. And her friend was right there by her side, helped do her hair and stuff like that. And she still made it to this interview. But she was getting discouraged, and she wasn't gonna go. But it took her friend, that was having her back and encouraged her, and she still found her way there. Um, and again, you will have tests to see how far you are willing to work for these goals. Are you just talking? Are you really putting in the work? Are you going to quit just because you failed at something or one thing didn't go your way? All throughout the movie, they had different obstacles that kept coming up. They were about to get evicted. They were trying to make the money to get the rent money so they wouldn't get evicted. So they kept different little things that they were doing. They tried to sell some Jordans on eBay. They gave like an art show. She tried to donate blood. So all of these different, they just wouldn't give up. And they ended up still getting evicted. It was funny, y'all. I was just thinking about all these different things they were doing throughout the movie. But I'm saying that to say that they tried all of these different ways to still meet their end goal together. That's a good kind of test of people's character. When you are having a lot of things that are good for you and they're cheering you on, you winning, right? But, when you fall or you stumble and you need some assistance, are those same people going to be there to help you to bring you back up? When you are having obstacles, those are the type of things that you need to be looking at when you are developing these relationships with people. When each of them was going through their different trials, they stuck together and they did it together. So that is a great test. If you are picking people, are they going to be there through just the sunshine, or are they going to be there through the rain also? Forgiveness. In the movie, the girls ended up getting into it with each other, saying all the bad stuff of what they thought about each other, and blaming each other for different stuff that was going on. But in the end, these two girls really loved each other. And forgiveness forgiveness, it helps you to release burdens and allows forgiveness, from others to you as well. So a lot of times people hold on to things, and you don't want to forgive, and you resenting these people for stuff they may have said or they did to you, in the heat of the moment. Everybody is human, and you're going to make some mistakes. You need to filter out the ones that are, constantly doing you something and they saying they sorry, but they're actually not making any changes to show that they're sorry. Let's look at these actions, not just the words. So in the movie, the two girls end up getting into it and they ended up going their separate ways. But in the end, they ended up, telling each other they're sorry, and they, came back together, and they ended up still, helping each other out to end up making that money. Sometimes walking by faith when you don't even see the path to take next is all you need. Just the faith of a mustard seed. These girls, they didn't know what they was gonna do. You know, as they was walking, they saw the tennis shoes on the line, and they ended up taking the shoes down. And because the boyfriend that she stopped messing with was so into Jordans, she took the knowledge from him and found, knew that she could sell these shoes for a lot of money. So it wasn't totally a waste being with the guy. She ended up learning something from him, and they were able to profit off these shoes that they found on the line. So, you know, it just faith in it. They just walking and they came up with this idea. So you never know. Don't give up and pray without ceasing. There's a guy in the movie that they were calling, I think, Maniac. And because of that name, they just prejudged the guy. He was real muscular build and he looked like he, could hurt somebody or whatnot. So they just prejudged the guy. So I wrote down, don't judge people because things are unfamiliar. They didn't really know the guy, what he had been doing. They just knew from when he was young, he had went to jail. Come to find out, he went for something real petty, and they just assumed because his name was Maniac that he was crazy, a murderer, and all this kind of stuff. But in reality, this man was a whole fireman. So it was good that she didn't ended up voicing these opinions, or she did ended up trying to get to know the guy, and then didn't just prejudge him and turn him away because of what she assumed about him. So don't judge people, based off how they look. Get to know these people. You never know. They might just save your life like he did in the movie. Man end up being a whole fireman. When we are uplifted, try to reach back and help others. So in the movie, they ended up there was a young lady that came and moved into their community, a white girl. It was an all black community that she ended up moving into their community. So he was like a brand manager or something like that. And SZA had all of this art. She was a creative, so she was always making art and making pieces, but she never really did anything with them. Even though Kiki was encouraging her and constantly, girl, you need to be doing something with this art. And she was like, girl, no, I just get that stuff away for free. Well, lo and behold, one of the young lady, Bethany, I believe her name was, uh, saw one of the paintings and was offering her like 300 and something dollars just for the painting. So then Kiki came up with another idea, just like that. We need to do some kind of little art show for you right here. Now they got put out. Now they don't even have an apartment. All their stuff on the lawn. So they took all the stuff and set it up, and they had like a little block party pop-up shop for SZA. And Bethany, reached out to all of her people that she knew, and ended up the lady who Kiki had the interview, y'all, it ended up getting in a fight outside the interview, and of course they no longer wanted her for the job. But she didn't wanna, act like she didn't know her friend. So she went out there and started fighting and helping her at the detriment of her not getting a job. But lo and behold, the lady who interviewed her was a black woman, and she had then made it to this big, position to where she's now able to help other black women get in. She ends up showing up to the pop up to make to see the art and stuff like that. And she saw Kiki and she was like, "Girl, you put all of this together. You know, I I really you were the best candidate for that job, and seeing you in your element like this, She still went ahead and ended up giving that girl her job, getting that job. So I said that to say this black woman was in this great position and she was able to bring other women in and help them get a leg up as well. Open yourself up to new experiences. It can help you grow. So at first, everybody saw Bethany come in and they're like, oh, what is this white girl doing in the neighborhood? Oh, no, that's there. But opening themselves up to this young lady, not judging her, and, ended up, helping them sell all these paintings and getting that money that they needed. So don't just turn away people just because they don't look like you. They might be the person that may be able to help you to get where you need to go. Okay? And use what you have to get what you want. Them girls ain't have nothing, but guess what? Kiki tried to get some blood. She had some blood. She had her knowledge. She had her creativity. She utilized all of that to get what she wanted. You know, let people help you. We want to be so independent a lot, and you afraid to get hurt and stuff like let people in. But sometimes you got to. And then I put, being rich isn't all about money. You know, those girls, they were just so happy and in their community. You saw how all of the people came together. There was a lady over there cooking chili. There was somebody DJing. They helped us set up the space really nice. Um, the guy that was doing hair came and hooked Kiki hair up so she could be a great host. So, if y'all haven't seen the movie, it was really good. And go check it out. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.